So anyway, today we're showing you how to make a fish sandwich. Actually, a crispy fried fish sandwich. So let's get started. And then dishwasher's going because I am doing dishes, so you probably hear that in the background too. So I already got all the ingredients laid out on the counter, so let's get started. Alright, try to get a wide shot because there's a lot of stuff here, but I will go through it quick as possible. First thing you'll need is thaw out some fish, which I already did. Get a fillet of fish, thaw it out in some sink water, cold water. It was frozen fish. Also, there's liquid in the fish, so I got a paper towel it. Here's the bread I'm using, sesame seed bun, flour, lemon juice, mayonnaise, dill relish. You can use sweet relish if you want. That's basically for tartar sauce right there. Plain breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, garlic powder. I actually got real onion this time, so I'm using onion powder. Red onion. You need 3 containers for flour, breadcrumb, and egg wash. Also got the egg here too, rolling around. And you got some shredded lettuce. Alright, I'm gonna start out with the tartar sauce first because that needs like marinade. So I need to take some mayonnaise, not measuring it out. Use whatever mayonnaise you want. If you want to use salad dressing, go ahead and use salad dressing. I almost dropped it, it would have been bad. You can use Miracle Whip or whatever. I don't know how that would taste. I use a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise. Make enough tartar sauce for a little bit of fish. Alright, I'll put a little bit of lemon juice on it to thin it out a little bit. Don't need much. Probably gonna literally, I guess I could measure it out better. Use the cap. I only need like a couple of drops. It's not even that much, not even that much at all. I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera at all. Probably not. Just a little bit, just for flavor. Just give it a tanginess. You don't have to use lemon juice either. You can use sweet relish. I'm using dill because I don't like anything that's sweet. Use a fork to drain some of the liquid out. I don't know, probably a tablespoon. That's probably good. I'll use a fork to mix up anyway. Garlic powder. Probably a couple pinches at least. To start, you can always add garlic later to it. Pinch of salt. I'm using fresh ground black pepper. You know, about 5 turns probably. That's probably good enough. Get that off to the side. Now it's time for the onion. That off. Yeah, I always cut off the very end of it where the roots and stuff are. I don't need anything sliced. Can't think of anything. I got more onions. It doesn't really matter. So I'll just cut it in half. I only need like a little bit of onion. And I always take the outer skin off the onion. At least one. You know, yeah, I could take just the skin off, but that's not good enough for me. Now, Buffy, hit the tripod walking by, dog. And I'll save all the onion for later. Alright, I need like minced onions. So all I'm going to do is take a couple slices of this half onion and finally chop it. That's all I'm really going to do. I'm not going to chop it that way and whatever you could. But I'm going to try to save the onion for later. So I'm going to cut these onions kind of thin. That's probably all I'll use. And this onion, put it in the baggie, save it for later. Now I don't have any techniques for doing this. Besides, don't chop your fingers. You rough chop it first. So you want to turn it. I'm just going to mince my onions. Just carefully put the onions to the blade. That's all you got to do. That's probably good enough. Nice and small. Oh, it's gonna show up on camera. Decent amount. If you like onions, put onions in it. I'll use all of it. I think that's it for all I need for the chopping block and knife. I don't think I need anything else. So all you do is mix this together. You don't add anything else to it. Mix it well. You can cover this up, put it in the refrigerator while you're making the fish. Smells pretty good. I'll taste it a little bit. Pretty good. I think it needs a little bit more garlic powder, but I can adjust that later. Alright, here's the tartar sauce. Move on to the fish making part while the tartar sauce sits in the fridge. Alright, I need 3 containers for the egg wash, flour, and breadcrumbs. I'm using plain breadcrumbs. I don't think you want to use Italian because I don't know, unless you want Italian flavored fish. So let's see. I want breadcrumbs last, so technically the egg needs to move on to that one. That's flour. Wait. Should be egg wash in the middle. So actually, so it should be. I'm gonna put flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs. I'll figure this out. I'm gonna put a little bit at the bottom. You get the bottom of the fish coated kind of thing. I'm not gonna season the breadcrumbs. Egg wash, pretty simple. You just need 1 large egg. Put that in here. Need 1 egg. Unfortunately, I don't have any milk, so all I can use is add a little bit of water at a time, mix it up. That's all I have is water. Get a fork. Breadcrumbs off the side a little bit. I'm just gonna mix this up, make an egg wash. You can probably use half and half in milk, 2% milk, whole milk. I just want to thin out the egg a little bit. That's why it's called egg wash. Tilt in the bowl so all the eggs go to one side, makes it easier to mix. There you go. Egg wash. Let's just leave that there for a second. You want all-purpose flour. All I got is bread flour, so hopefully this works. So I'm not measuring the flour out either, and I'm not seasoning the flour. I'm just using it for the, I don't know what you'd call it. Not make the fish dry, but makes the like actual batter for the fish or whatever kind of thing. All right, there's my 3 containers of the stuff, whatever. All right, let's move on to the fish. Got a paper towel. I'm gonna flour out of the way for a second. So I got a paper plate, 2 paper towels, because there is a lot of liquid in here. I want to get rid of some of it. This was frozen fish. There's a tear somewhere on here, right here. So I'll move the fish down a little bit. I'll try to get some of the water actually into the sink first. Then I'll do the paper towel thing. Try to get rid of some of the liquid much as I can. So I'm pouring it into the sink here. That's a lot of water. A lot of water that smells like fish. Alright, take your fish, which is a whole fillet. Which I'm going to take that out. I didn't realize it was folded over like that. But I'm going to take the fish. Take a paper towel. Pat it dry a little bit. Just get some of the excess moisture off. That's what the egg flour is for. But if there's too much water, you end up making a nasty fish sandwich. So I get some of the water out of the fish. No matter. Use the same paper plate anyway. And I'll throw that away later. Alright, got to the flour. So So I'm just gonna do this. There you go. Camera angles are bad because I don't have a cameraman besides me. Plus you probably hear the dishwasher going too. Alright, got your fish, flour. Flour it up. You can season flour. I'm not seasoning it. I just want a regular fish sandwich. I don't want any seasonings on the fish per se. Some flour. Make sure you get inside the fish. Push it down. Get all sides. The very end of the tail. Push on top. Push down on the flour a little bit. Make sure the flour somewhat sticks. Now take the fish, very end of the tail, and slightly shake off the flour. Move that off to the side. Move to the egg wash. You guys can see what I'm doing. I probably don't need the fork. And once that flour's already been dipped in whatever, so you gotta throw that flour away now. I can't reuse it unless you're making more fish sandwiches. So I want that to sit there for a second. I don't really care, but I'm just gonna use my dry hand. You're supposed to keep one dry hand, one non-dry hand or whatever. I don't really, doesn't matter to me. Egg wash. Soak for a minute. Try to keep one hand somewhat clean, doesn't matter, but. Alright, egg wash. Right by the very tail. Now this is gonna be slippery. Come on, fish. Sliding away. And breadcrumbs. Other hand is somewhat clean and dry. So I know it's off shot. I guess I can move this closer. And sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumbs on the fish. Mix it around. Make sure everything's coated in breadcrumbs. It looks like it. The very end of the tail too. Get all sides, make sure all the sides are covered, because you don't want this fish falling apart in your deep fryer. I guess you could bake the fish too, air fry it, bake it. You have to, and that's what I was talking about. You get all kinds of, like a gloved hand, which I'll just, up there. So, there you go. Fish is battered. Now it's time for deep fryer, but I gotta wash my hands. And I'll probably clean up a little bit. And I'll go to the deep fryer. Deep fryer's already preheated to 350, like always. So I'll use my clean hand, turn the camera off, and I'll be back to do the deep frying. Alright, deep fryer's preheated to 350. You can't see it. While I was cleaning up the kitchen, I put this in the freezer to keep it cold. So, hopefully this works. This is the first time me doing this kind of deep frying with breadcrumbs. So hopefully this shouldn't stick to the plate either. So I'm just going to slide it off in here in the center. And I'm going to slowly drop it, and hopefully the breadcrumbs stay. So far so good. Also doing this, the oil doesn't need to be changed soon, so I got the oil sitting there just in case this doesn't work. So far I think it's working. So I'm probably going to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes until golden brown. and I don't know if it's probably gonna float or not. I will keep an eye on it, but I will be back to show you when it's done and in there in the deep fryer. I should put the lid on it just in case it splatters. Alright, fish is done. I did flip it over, so I'm gonna let it sit there and drain. Now I gotta move into toasting the bread. Alright, move to the toaster. Got margarine, need a butter knife. Alright, got my bread. Ran out of butter knife, so I gotta use a spoon. I probably still hear the dishwasher, deep fryer's going. What I like about my toaster is there's a setting for a bagel, and that's what I hit. So I don't toast, I don't want to toast like the inside of the bread. So I'm gonna toast that until it's golden brown and put butter on it, like a restaurant would. Or fast food restaurants. Why I think fast food and restaurants taste so good. They put butter and stuff on the bread, hamburger bread, it doesn't matter. Probably not a hot dog bun, but I'd be surprised though what they'll do out there to make it taste better. So I'll be back when the bread's toasted. Alright, bread's done. Hit the cancel button. And take my margarine. Take the back of the spoon and use the back of the spoon as a knife. And this will be hot, so be careful. Nice and toasted. This way I like it. Make sure it's not burnt. I'll take this a little bit of margarine. Put that on there. One side, paper towel, another on the counter. Nice and hot. That's slightly toasted, really extra toasted. Alright, so this fish sandwich made. Got the fish, got tartar sauce, got shredded lettuce. Cheese is optional. I don't know, all I got is American processed cheese anyway. There's the bottom bun. Put a little bit of tartar sauce on it. You know, you can add little or much as you want. Spread it around. I like tartar sauce on my sandwich, and I like my sandwiches dry, so decent amount on here. I probably got too much tartar sauce. You can shred your own lettuce, but I don't know. I just buy the stuff is already pre-shredded. Oh come on! It's supposed to be easy open. I don't have time for you use scissors. All right, take some shredded lettuce. That's not shredded lettuce. That's almost like a whole chunk of lettuce. I'll eat that later, but some shredded lettuce on here. I think the lettuce you can add much as you want to it, or a little. You know, like drain drops. Crunchy water is good for you. So there you go, plenty of lettuce. Take my fish sandwich. And it stuck to the plate. Lovely. Fish on there. Push it down a little bit. Fish is still nice and hot still. There's a top bun. More tartar sauce. And there you have it. I don't know if it's a good thumbnail or not for a fish sandwich. I can close up. Fish sandwich. Alright, fish sandwich is done. I don't know, it's probably not really a good thumbnail. Maybe if I take this and put it on here like that. Fish sandwich. A good fish sandwich view. Now I'm gonna cut the sandwich in half or anything. I am gonna squish it down. So let's give this fish sandwich a try, see if it's actually any good. So cheers everybody. That's pretty good. Fish nice and crispy. Got a cold sore, so my cold sore is bleeding. So, I do apologize for that. Nothing I can do about it. Got a knife, I'll cut the sandwich in half. Make it easier for me to eat, probably. Fish is fantastic sandwich. Flake is nice. The fish itself is nice and flaky, not dried out. Lid was still bleeding. Just got over a cold, got a massive cold sore. I'm trying to make a big bite of the sandwich and it keeps bleeding. Sucks. Fish is awesome. I do recommend it. So I gotta go. My lip won't stop bleeding. So cheers everybody. I'll finish the sandwich. I give it a 5 out of 5 with, you know, 2 thumbs up. As my face is bleeding. So enjoy this video. Give a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching and peace out.